Do you get nervous when you have to deliver a talk to school or university or work, or even tell a joke, be the center of attention, hold court, or even socializing with new people? If you do, not to worry, you're in very good company. Lots and lots of people have this issue. But what I would like to share with you today is how one of the world's very best speakers uses the environment around him optimally. He takes the energy that's given to him and he uses it incredibly effectively. That speaker is Tony Robbins, and if you're not aware of who that is, he's a billionaire self-help guru who was recently helping Conor McGregor in his victory against Cowboy Cerrone, and he's legitimately world famous. And moreover, he can teach us a hell of a lot about emotional engagement. In this clip, Tony is addressing a room full of world leaders. It's at an early TED Talk event, and there's powerful CEOs and politicians in the audience. Imagine that. Imagine how nervous you'd be addressing the world's most powerful people for 20 minutes. It's an inspiration to me. So when I have to do something that I'm a little bit scared of, a little bit nervy of, sometimes I'll watch this clip just to draw that inspiration out. And I think you guys can too. I'll leave the full clip below and I suggest that you check that out. So enough build up, let's watch the clip. For context, Tony has just asked the crowd to list reasons why they might have previously failed to achieve something. And I want you to pay special attention to how he handles something unexpected coming from the crowd, okay?
You know, have you failed to achieve something? How many have ever failed to achieve something significant in your life? Say aye. Thanks for the interaction on a high level there. But if you ask people, why didn't you achieve something? Somebody who's working for you, or a partner, or even yourself, and you failed to achieve a goal, what's the reason people say they failed to achieve? What do they tell you? Tell me. Come on, out loud. Didn't know enough, didn't have the knowledge, didn't have the money, didn't have the time, didn't have the technology, I didn't have the right manager, didn't have the Supreme Court. And what do all those, including the Supreme Court, have in common? They are a claim to you missing resources. And they may be accurate. You may not have the money. You may not have the Supreme Court. But that is not the defining factor. And you correct me if I'm wrong. The defining factor is never resources, it's resourcefulness. And what I mean specifically, rather than just some phrase, is if you have emotion, human emotion, something that I experienced from you day before yesterday at a level that is as profound as I've ever experienced, and if you'd communicated with that emotion, I believe you would have won.
Let's talk about why that is so awesome, because on the face of it, it looks fairly innocuous. So Al Gore has just lost his presidential campaign to George Bush Jr., which has got to be tough. And he's claiming that's because Bush had the Supreme Court in his back pocket. Now, obviously, this is a fairly disruptive, fairly funny, unexpected thing to say. The crowd laughs. So how does Tony deal with this so as not to go off his thread of his speech? Big laugh like this, he's clapping, he goes over to Gore, slaps his hand like that, validates Gore, makes him feel listened to, makes the audience realize that it's okay to laugh at this, and he uses all of this positive energy to propel his speech forward and have that much more impact to his audience. It's an absolute masterclass in emotional intelligence. So Tony sticks to his frame and he tells Gore, so if you'd have communicated with the electorate with the same level of emotional intelligence you were addressing me with yesterday, I believe that wouldn't have been a factor and you'd have won. Boom, mic drop. Incredible moment, incredible speech. I suggest you watch the entire thing, which is linked below as I mentioned. But just from this clip, what can we learn? If you're telling a joke in public, if you're public speaking, if you're going up and socializing with new people, you might sometimes get an outburst like that, get something from the environment that was unexpected, and this is the perfect way to deal with it. Absorb that energy, let that person feel that they've been listened to, maybe slap their hand like that if it's an informal setting. Obviously don't do that with your CEO. But you can see how this sort of positive interaction is going to get your point across really effectively, and it's not going to stop you in your tracks, and hopefully that'll get you communicating a little bit better than before you watch this video. Thank you very much, and I'll check you next time.